All right. We are going to start lesson number 3 today, which is called Kenji's Family. And we are going to focus on how to describe people. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that started. Let me show you the video. Maybe. All right. So lesson 3, Kenji's class. Our goal today is to describe people. Okay, so let's look at A. So let's look at the picture of Kenji's class. Who is tall and who has blonde hair? Who is tall? ¿Qué quiere decir eso? What does that mean? Okay. ¿Quién es alto? Tall is alto. Next one is who has blonde hair? ¿Quién? And we know has is tiene. ¿Quién tiene cabello rubio? Okay. So we're talking about Kenji. So let's see, where's Kenji? Oops. I wish I could rotate it. Okay, so Kenji's right here, right? Okay. So who is tall and who has blonde hair? So first let's look at these. Okay. The word height we know is altura. We have the word short, corto. Cuando estamos hablando de altura, sería como chaparro o de estatura corta. Average height, que sería altura promedio. And then tall, sabemos que es alto. Okay. Tenemos weight. Weight sabemos que estamos hablando de peso. Thin es delgado o delgada. Average weight sería peso promedio. Lo heavy sabemos que es pesado. Una persona que está más grande, right? Okay, lo estamos viendo. Now we're talking about eyes. Okay, eyes or ojos. Brown es café. Verde. Gray es gris. El color hazel sería un color como miel. Okay, so let's look at some of our examples. For example, he is tall and average height. Okay, aquí es donde, remember it has is, so we're using the verb to be. For example, I am. Okay, I am, we are going to use with, when I say I am, es yo soy. So we are going to use I am for height and weight. Okay. I should do this. He is, she is, we are, they are, you are. Okay. Remember the word be means okay. So when we're talking about height, weight, eyes, and hair, when we talk about height and weight, we will use the verb to be. Okay. Now, when we're talking about eyes or hair, we are going to use, remember, action verbs. Son acciones, right? Now remember, if it's I, you, we, or they, okay, you're going to use the verb, que en este caso es tener, or have, has no S, right? It's I, you, we, or they, it has no S. It's he, she, or it. The verb ends in an S. For example, he has, she has, it has. Okay? So, he has, she has, it has. Que estamos hablando de la acción de tener. Okay? Uno tiene los ojos de cierto color, tiene el cabello de cierto color. Right? So when we talk about eyes and hair, we will use the verbs rule. Okay? All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and clear it so I can move forward. Okay, now it says describe 4 of the students in exercise A. So here's your exercise, and you have to describe 4. Okay, for example, here's Dalva. Okay, Dalva has green eyes and blonde hair. Okay, again, has. Okay, la acción de tener. Dalva tiene ojos verdes, cabello rubio. Okay, so I want you to give me numbers 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I want you to pause the video, complete 2, 3, and 4, and then we will talk about it. All right, so I'm going to give you some of the examples that I have. Okay, if you do not have these examples, do not erase. Not erase your answers. Okay, I want to see. I want to see those answers, okay? So, I have Mario. Okay, what can we say about Mario's hair and eyes? Okay. So, Mario, what can we say about his hair and eyes? Okay, Mario has, right? It's the verb, has brown eyes and black hair. All right, let's get number 3. Okay, I did Vera. What can you say about Vera? Okay, sorry about that. I had somebody walk in. Okay. Oh, I lost it. I knew I would. Okay, so number 2, we said Mario has brown eyes and black hair. Right? Okay, number 3, I wrote a sentence on Vera. Okay, so what can we say about Vera's hair and eyes? Vera has blue eyes and white hair. And number 4, I had a sentence on was Leanne. Okay, what can we say about Leanne? What can we say about Leanne's height and weight? Okay, I had Leanne as tall and thin. Okay, so mine were really easy. Now let's look at, I'm gonna have to clear all of these. There we go. Let's look at C. It says listen and complete the bar graph about Kenji's class. Okay, so on mine, you cannot see it on yours. It's not, you just can't see it yet, okay? So you have a bar graph, right? Here are your colors, brown, blue, and green, okay? And of course, we're talking about eyes, right? So in my book, not sure if you can see it on yours, but it should have 7 right here. And then this should be colored in. I think yours is in blue. Is that just not erase or what? Okay, I guess it doesn't erase, sorry. Okay. And that's why number 1 is already filled out. It says 7 students have brown eyes. Okay, now we're gonna look at number 2 and 3. Okay, you're gonna listen and then you're going to fill out the graph and write 2 sentences.
We've studied Kenji's class and come up with the following conclusions. There are 7 students with brown eyes. 2 students have a lighter complexion. They have blue eyes. There is even 1 student with green eyes. I think her name is Dalva.
Okay, let's re-listen.
We've studied Kenji's class and come up with the following conclusions. There are 7 students with brown eyes. 2 students have a lighter complexion. They have blue eyes. There is even 1 student with green eyes. I think her name is Dalva.
Okay, so number 2. Our number 2 said, two students have blue eyes. Really? There we go. Okay, so we know number 2, there's 2 students with blue eyes, so that's where it would end. Okay, number 3 was 1 student has green eyes. Okay, so in our picture over here, we have one student with green eyes. Okay, so your graph should look like that. Okay. So the next one is a little bit more difficult. Okay, because you are actually going to look at the picture, right, of the class. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 students. Okay, those 10 students, you are going to fill out a bar graph for hair, height, and weight. Okay, so you are going to look at the picture, okay, and you're going to decide how many students have brown hair. Okay, so for me, let me do this. Let me clear it all. So for example, we have hair, right? Okay, so our bar graph wants to know how many people have brown hair. Okay, for me, I would say Gilberto, Marie, Ahmed, and Lian have brown hair. That is my opinion, mi opinión. Okay, so so down here for hair, I would put 4. Okay, and then I would fill it in. Okay, I want you to do this for black hair, red hair, blonde hair, and gray hair. I also want you to do this for height and for weight. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Actually, no, I'm going to have you pause the video. Okay, so you have to stop the video, complete hair, height, and weight. And then when you are done, you can press play. All right, so what I had for hair is I had 3 people with black hair. Okay, so I had Kenji, Mario, and Song all having black hair. So I had 3 for black. Okay, for red hair, I had 1, and that is Steve. Okay, for blonde hair, I had 1, and that was Galva. Okay, and for white gray hair, I had 1. And of course, that was Vera. Okay, for height, Okay, I only had one short. Okay, and that was, of course, Mario. He is the shortest in the group. Okay, so then what I did is I actually skipped average, okay, and I went to tall. Okay, so I know my shortest was was Mario, but how many people do I consider tall? I actually had 3. Okay, it was between 2 and 3, I wasn't sure. Okay, I had Steve as tall, I had Kenji as tall, and I had Lian as tall. Okay, the other 5 I had as average. All right. Okay, so the next one, which is also kind of hard, is weight. Okay, this one was really hard for me. Okay, so for thin, I had 4 people for thin. Okay. I had Lian, Dava, Kenji, and Marie. I had 2 people for heavy, and that was Song and Vera. And the other 4 I had down as average. Okay, that is what I had. So now down here for practice E, you have to practice the conversation, then look at the picture in exercise A and describe a student from Kenji's class. Okay, so for example, we have student A, he is short and has black hair. Guess who? Mario? Yes, that's right, or no, try again. Okay, so let's do 1. Student A, okay. I'm gonna say she is tall and has brown hair. Guess who? Let's say Lian. Student A would say yes. That's right. Okay. Now, if we look at the conversations, I want you to give me 3 more examples. You can put them either on the bottom of your page or you can put them on the back. Okay. All right, I do have to clear it so I can move on. Okay, this is when we talk about comparative and superlative. Okay, so you have your adjectives, right? Your adjectives are words that are used to describe a person, place, or a thing. Right, so an adjective describes a person, place, or a thing. Okay, describe una persona, un lugar, o una cosa. That is called a noun. Okay. When you're talking about a comparative adjective, okay, this is when you are comparing two or more nouns. Ahora estás comparando dos cosas, dos lugares, dos personas, right? Okay, typically, when you use comparative adjectives, you are going to add ER after, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that on and hopefully it doesn't stop my lesson, okay? Okay, so when you're talking about comparative, okay, you will use ER after the adjective, okay? Then you will also add the word than at the end. Okay, so an example will be, let's see. Taller than, shorter than, older than, younger than. Okay, sería más joven que, más alto que, más chaparro que, okay, más joven que. For example, let's do an example quick, right? So if you look at exercise A, okay, Song is taller than Alba. Song es más alta que Dalva. Okay, so comparative is comparando dos o más nouns, comparando dos o más cosas, lugares o personas. Okay, when you use superlative adjectives, okay, cuando estás hablando en la forma superlativa, okay, so like this one, sería como lo superior. Superlative. Most. Lo superior. Okay. Quiere decir que no lo vas a comparar con nada más. Okay. So, a esa palabra se le agrega EST al final. Okay. Y se agrega la palabra the enfrente. The tallest, el más alto. The shortest, el más chaparro. The oldest, el más, no quiero usar la palabra viejo, pero en este caso viejo. And the youngest, el más joven. Okay. So, for example, okay, if you look at our paper, or exercise A, there is the oldest. Es la más vieja o la más grande en edad. Okay, no la estoy comparando con nadie más en esta oración. Okay. So, let's look at G. It says, in a group, answer the questions about Kenji's class. Okay, so you are going to use exercise A, the picture in exercise A, to answer G. Okay, so you have to answer these 6 questions. Okay, you're going to pause the video. And you're going to fill out number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And when you are done, you can press play and watch the answers. Okay. So here are the answers. Number 2, who is the tallest in the class? Liam is the tallest. Number 3, who is shorter than Dava? Mario is shorter than Dava. Number 4, who is the shortest in the class? Mario is the shortest. Number 5, who is the youngest in the class? Kenji is the youngest. And then number 6, who is older than the teacher? Vera is older than the teacher. All right. Now let's look at H. It says interpret and read the paragraph. There are 30 students in my class. 25 students have black hair. 5 students have brown hair. The tallest student in the class is Francisco, and the shortest is Eva. I think the youngest is Nadia. Okay, now if you look at I, it says write a paragraph about your class. Well, we're not going to do that. Okay, oops. So that is the end of that lesson. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, do not forget that you still have homework. Looks like this. Okay, and it's pages 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so if you have questions over the packet or over the homework that's included, please let me know. Either call me or send me a message so I can help you with those questions. Tomorrow I will send you lesson number 4. Thank you.